All right. Well, so again, we got a real fight at the top of who's going to win this division. Let's move to the defense for the AFC West. Who do you have in the fourth position?
In the fourth spot, I'm going to have the Chiefs defense.
Oh boy.
Let's
more
run through.
Complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, way more complicated. Exactly. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking on the Chiefs. This is why I have them where I have them. They were fifth in takeaways. That is a wonderful number. If you can keep that number up, that'd be great. I just don't expect that number to stay up, and there are reasons because of that, and I'll talk about that. Go through all the other numbers. 27th in points allowed, 25th yards allowed, 27th pass yards allowed, 21st rush yards allowed. And again, we've talked about before, explosive offense can lead to a lot of yards being given up by your defense and points. So that definitely factors into it, and I understand that. But what I'm really looking at is the amount of talent that the Chiefs lost on defense. You lose Charvarius Ward, the corner, who's been very good for the Chiefs. They nailed that draft pick. He was good for them for a few years, but he did not re-sign with the Chiefs. He is now gone, so they lose him at corner. I believe they also lost another corner, which is a depth piece. You know, you're going to need corners to be depth pieces, but you also end up losing Tyrann Mathieu to the Saints. And that is a huge deal. That was the leader of that defense, the heart and soul of that defense, and they're going to feel the impact of that. At the safety position, all throughout the secondary, all throughout the defense, they're going to feel Tyrann Mathieu not being there this year. Now, they still have Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, okay? Kansas City is good at drafting. I expect them to continue to be able to get guys to fill in spaces that they need to, but with the way the defense is this year, I expect them to take a considerable step back because they lost a considerable amount of talent. So for me, they are the worst defense in the AFC West.
All right. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. Who do you have in the third position?
Third here for me is going to be the Raiders. And unfortunately, every offseason we keep talking about this. Raiders defense just isn't good enough. Raiders defense isn't good enough. Now, they finally did something to help the defense by signing Chandler Jones to be opposite of Max Crosby. What I'm worried about is the rest of the defense. Don't like the linebackers on the Raiders, so stopping the run is going to be an issue. Stopping the pass in the middle of the field, going to be a bit of an issue in my opinion. Then you look at the safeties and the corners. They traded for Rocky Sin, and for all the hating that I've done on Rocky Sin when he was with the Colts, the numbers for him last year, he definitely took a considerable step up. So Raiders fans are going to be happy to have him there. They definitely need him in town, and they have a couple of pieces who have looked okay at times and then got exposed at times. They need these young guys to take a step up. As somebody who likes the Raiders and hopes the Raiders wins, I do hope these guys are able to develop and go to that next step, but they haven't been able to do it in the first couple of years of their career. I don't expect them to do it now, which is why I have them lower. You know, they're higher than Chiefs, but I still have them being one of the probably bottom 12 defenses in the league, a lot like they were last year. They don't take the ball away, and they're bad against the pass. That's just a recipe for disaster for the defense. So they're third for me for the AFC West.
All right. Well, who do you have as second?
Second for me in this division, I think a lot of people have these guys as the best. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me, but I'm going with the Chargers. And the reason I'm doing so, I know the Chargers, they added J.C. Jackson, they added Kyle Van Noy, they got Khalil Mack. Like, they added the pieces. And this is going to be one of the best defenses in the league for sure. But the area of concern for me is the fact that they didn't really get better in the run game department when you talk about the defense. Like, yes, Khalil Mack will add to the pass rush. I expect Kyle Van Noy to be a piece that slightly helps in the run game, but it's not like Kyle Van Noy has been a game changer in places that he goes. He's solid, but not a game changer. So defense definitely got better in some areas. And I think the only reason you'll see them be better against rush yards, they were 30th in rush yards allowed in 2021. They'll be better because they'll be playing from a lead. You know, you have a great secondary and guys that can get after the passer. That kind of thing matters. You're not going to have teams running as much because they're going to be playing from behind. But if there's a point when this Chargers team isn't the kind of team that can hold a lead, then you'll see them giving up rush yards because I think people take advantage of that. I don't like the linebackers. But again, I have this team as the second best in this division and one of the best in the league. I don't want anybody to misconstrue anything that I'm saying. I don't think they're the best defense in this division, which I feel like is a hot take.
Okay. All right. So that leaves the Broncos. You think they're the best defense in the division, huh?
Absolutely. I do think they're the best defense in this division, a top 5 defense, in my opinion, because I think they're going to get better. The way they've drafted pieces that they have there, I think they're going to get even better this year. Not that there's a whole lot of room to grow. They were 8th in points allowed 2021, 5th in yards allowed, 8th in pass yards allowed, 12th in rush yards allowed, 15th in takeaways. Now, takeaways is the area you want to see them get better, but the fact that 15th is the worst category for your defense is pretty damn good. That's middle of the pack. And again, I expect that to go up. Patrick Surtain is going to get even better in his second year. He was great in his first year. I expect him to be a complete lockdown corner for them. They have the pass rush. I'll be interested to see how the Broncos defense looks without Fangio running the defense, because I think for everything you say about Fangio, he had a great defense and could make it work. But again, I expect this defense to be the best in this division, and I expect them to be one of the best units in the NFL.
All right. Well, that really that really disrupts anyone following along that thinks they know where we're headed with this. So let's move into projections.